새로운 프리셋 200개가 무료 배포 중입니다. 약 200개가 넘는 프리셋이 들어있어요. 코드, 리드, 베이스 등 다양한 사운드가 들어있습니다. 퀄리티도 좋아서 초보분들이 곡 만들 때 쓰기 좋아요. 하우스, 퓨처레이블, 딥하우스 등 EDM 장르 만들 때 쓰면 꿀입니다. 오존 11 스탠다드 크로스그레이드가 60% 할인 중입니다. 할인율이 높게 올라왔어요. AI 마스터링 꿀템입니다. 마스터단에 걸고 버튼만 누르면 최적화된 마스터링을 도와줘요. 값을 변형해 본인 곡을 더욱 디테일하게 작업할 수 있습니다. EQ, 컴프, 이미저는 물론 보컬 밸런스, 트랜지언트, 맥시마이저 등 올인원으로 작업할 수 있습니다. 아이조톱 새해 할인이 최대 60% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Here we have all sorts of different stems available to work on individually, which is quite nice. So you can add processing on the full mix like it is by default, but also on the vocals if you need to tweak a few things on the vocals as far as any processing goes. Now I'm gonna try this out using an equalizer and you'll see how that goes. You can do this also on drums and on bass, which is quite powerful. Again, it uses AI to do so, and that brings Ozone 11 to the next level because this kind of processing is not quite possible usually. So let's try this out on this mix, and I'm gonna focus on the vocal and just add a bit more high mids.
Day and night, I'm gonna take the time to find you, hoping that the side of mine can finally have it all.
That's pretty cool.
Won't you take day and night, I'm gonna take the time to find you, hoping that the side of mine.
아날로그 랩 프로가 50% 할인 중입니다. 신스급 한항이에요. 2000개 이상의 프리셋이 들어있어 다양한 장르 메이킹이 가능합니다. 베이스, 키스, 리드, 스트링, 브라스 등 없는 게 없는 악기예요. 토탈 솔루션입니다. 아투리아에서 나온 악기에 있는 좋은 사운드만 모아놨어요. 이펙트도 전부 내장되어 있어 인터넷에 무료 프리셋도 많습니다. 아투리아 단독 제품 할인이 최대 50% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
That sound is just impeccable. So again, here's the individual sound. I'm playing it in arpeggio mode so you can hear it. Okay, and what does it say? Don't warn me again. I don't know. Just crazy sounds. Okay, so this is what Analog Lab can do. So in short, if you're new to Analog Lab, it's kind of like Omnisphere in a way, in that you can search for sounds, and they're building the sound libraries over time. So that's the really cool part. So you search based on categories. Now, without getting into the weeds about everything, these are presets built using the plugins. And I think if you don't have the full version of the plugin, I think it doesn't let you edit certain things, but don't like quote me on that. I'm not sure of the details. Let's click on keys and let's see if it can pick. And also what I love is their shuffle feature. So if you want to discover new sounds, hit shuffle.
스마트 EQ4가 31% 할인 중입니다. AI 믹싱 꿀템이에요. 악기에 걸고 버튼만 누르면 최적화된 EQ 믹싱을 도와줍니다. 믹싱 초보분들이 쓰면 좋아요. 보컬, 기타, 베이스, 드럼 등에 사용할 수 있습니다. 각 악기 간 밸런스도 자동으로 맞춰 프리 마스터용으로 사용할 수 있어요. 소니블 새해 할인이 최대 77% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Smart EQ4 is all about spectral balance across multiple tracks. First, I load SmartEQ4 on each track that I want to balance. Now I will unlock SmartEQ4's cross-channel processing by creating a group and adding all of the instances that I want to mix. These instance names you see here are copied over from the track names in your DAW, so it's very easy to stay organized. SmartEQ4 now features even more profiles to calibrate the processing. I'll choose a matching one for each track. And then the magic happens. With the touch of a single button, I learn all of these instances at once. Every single instance has now been spectrally balanced to both sound better on its own as well as fit nicely into my mix. And I can easily control and hear the overall group impact. Of course, I will want my voice to be right up front in my mix and my ambience to be way at the back. By dragging and dropping, I can quickly create an unmasking hierarchy.
컨탁 7이 48% 할인 중입니다. 샘플러 꿀템이에요. 샘플러는 사운드를 에디팅할 수 있는 툴입니다. 컨탁 무료 악기들도 많아서 하나쯤 갖고 있으면 좋아요. 오케스트라, 어쿠스틱, 신스, 빈티지 등 다양한 컨셉의 악기를 갖고 있습니다. 소리도 좋아서 소리도 좋고 사용법도 편리해서 국내에 많은 프로듀서분들이 즐겨 사용하는 꿀템이에요. 컨탁 7 새해 할인이 최대 50% 할인 중입니다. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
If this method interests you, there is a bit of setup involved, so you'll probably want to make a template or some kind of preset that maps this all out. And the way to set it all up is very DAW specific. I don't want this video to be 30 minutes long and I don't want to leave you hanging, so I'll have a playlist linked below to show you how to route Kontakt inside a bunch of different DAWs. Some of you may be looking at this thinking, whoa, that looks pretty cumbersome, and you're right, it is cumbersome, but there's two main benefits behind this method. The first is to save on RAM, and the second is for convenience in some cases. And I guess the third benefit is if you simply prefer to use Kontakt this way. But here's my take. I would try the first method, using individual instances of Kontakt for each instrument. I find this workflow to be a lot easier and a lot more intuitive. And the RAM that you do save usually isn't significant enough, but if you really want to save on RAM, here's a much easier and more efficient method, and that's using the purge button. This may be the most valuable thing I share in this video because you'll be doing this a lot. First things first, please store all your Kontakt libraries on an SSD. It can be an external
소프트튜브 클리퍼 앤 와이드너 번들이 50% 할인 중입니다. 새로 나왔어요. 마스터할 때 쓰는 클리퍼입니다. 부족한 음압을 올리거나 사운드 댐핑감을 만들 때 쓰면 좋아요. RMS 픽 레벨을 확인하며 디테일한 사운드 밸런싱이 가능합니다. 필터와 헤드룸을 활용한 작업이 가능해요. 마스터링이 고민이신 분들에게 강추합니다. 구매 시 무료 한 개를 추가로 받을 수 있어요. 저렴할 때 득템하세요.
Okay, so very subtle. It can add a little bit of depth to flat and really dry loops like this. Let's try reflection on this instead.